Yeah. Mark it up, mark it down. Matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down. Matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. 100x, 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 100x. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down. Matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Yeah. Took me a moment to decode the data. Spreading the sheet, I'm unloading the paper. I see you'll know that they owe me a favor. Say what you see, I got no indicator. Load up your team with the dopest of players. One more review, say it, no, see you later. And that's how my growth is so major. Yeah. It's 100x on my lifestyle. Moon landing satellite style. Crew dancing cause the new fans made 102 grand for my insights. Wow. Still do your research. Learn how it feel to be first. Cause the world's are turning into church. Yeah. Learn a sermon every word. Yeah. 100x is you deserve. Yeah. 100x is doing words. Yeah. 100x is till the dirt. Yeah. 100x is what occurred from the token metrics and some nerds. And now I'm respected in the word. Cause 100x at every turn. Yeah. Mark it up. Mark it down. Matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down. Matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. 100x, 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 100x. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down. Matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Yeah. 100x me, then 100x you. Self-made man and 100x crew. Now you see Belina and I had a rap Drew. Made you a believer, see what 100x do. Turn a couple ether to 100, that's true. Turn 100 Neo to a home man real. I don't never shield, I just know to make deals. Plus it with the gram so you know I got meals. Plus it with my fans so they know how that feels. AMA everything. I got the game like a wedding ring. In the exchange like a threaded string. One chain out in Medellin. I and my homies getting paid on the mezzanine. I had Twitter in the rage cause I said a thing. Until the market came back, now they getting me. Now they get me now. Mark it up. Mark it down, matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down, matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. 100x, 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 100x. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down, matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. 100x. Burbs, we're gonna have to teach you some crypto in a minute, man.
Since the creation of the internet, every industry has been turned upside down. Amazon changed retail. Uber changed transportation. YouTube changed video forever. With the invention of crypto, money is next. At the speed technology is growing, the future of money and securities are digital. 9 out of 10 millennials do not trust banks. The value of money relies on trust. Government debt is higher than it's ever been before. Central banks continue to print money. Fortunately, the world has a new solution. Experts predict in 7 years, 10% of the world's economy will be in crypto-based assets. Today, 1 billion people have access to the financial industry. Crypto is about empowering the other 6 billion people by banking the unbanked. Do not underestimate this. Do you wish you invested in Google, Amazon, or Netflix before anyone ever knew about them? $1,000 invested in Netflix turned to over $500,000. At Token Metrics, we help you find the next Netflix. Token Metrics users think differently about investing. They are early adopters looking for financial freedom. They are people who see a better world. A world without international borders. We believe in a world where everyone has access to the next financial revolution. At Token Metrics, we are creating a bridge that gets you to that revolution. We will help you make sound investments in this new world. The world's best investors do not rely on their intuition. They embrace technology and AI to invest. Token Metrics uses AI to find invisible patterns in data to help you invest and trade in crypto. In the past, we have used our data-driven system to achieve financial freedom. Now, we are giving you the keys. We created Token Metrics to be the only platform you'll ever need to make money in crypto. We give you AI and access to crypto experts at the best price. The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Disclaimer. Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
All right. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Ian Bellina, your host. Welcome to Token Metrics Live. And today we have a great show. We'll be doing a deep dive into DeFi Oracles, having you, the audience, tell us what oracles you like. But most important of all, for those who watched last week's show and who've been following Token Metrics and our AI system and the AI predictions, what a week. The models have been very, very bullish on Chainlink, plus Band Protocol as well, but mainly Chainlink. And man, Chainlink just keeps on going up to the moon and beyond. We also have Bill on as well. Bill, how are you?
Ian, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on the show. Happy to be here.
I mean, what a week. I mean, Chainlink is just dominating.
You know, the Chainlink Marines have landed.
Right. I mean, and for those who don't know, I have been back in Chainlink ever since the AI models for our price prediction index for August were bullish on Chainlink the most. I said, you know what? I mean, I have to eat my own dog food. If the AI models say buy Chainlink, I bought Chainlink. I mean, and life is good right now. So for anybody out there who has made gains this week, please smash the like buttons, subscribe, and make sure you turn the bell on because this is going to be a great show. And with that being said, if you have any questions for us, please go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. And let me get the code. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. Go to menti.com, MENTI.com. The code is 115441. That's 115441 to ask your question. And in today's show, as mentioned, we'll be covering Chainlink price predictions. We'll also go through the Band price predictions. And we'll also ask you which oracles are better, because now oracles are being hyped to the moon and beyond. And there's DOS Network, there's Teller, there's a bunch of different oracles, but which one is the next Chainlink? That's what everyone is asking. And lots of people have been asking us for our own opinion, and we'll make sure to do that. All right. So with that being said, this is going out to both YouTube channels, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook. This also gets turned into a podcast. Thank you to everyone who has been tuning into our podcast. Our podcast has pretty much tripled its downloads in the last 1 month. Our podcast had more than 25,000 downloads last month, right? So if you haven't yet subscribed to the podcast, just go to tokenmetrics.com/podcast to get concise crypto analysis and insights from me and Bill every single day, right? So we have daily podcast updates typically. So make sure you join the podcast. All right. I mean, really, without further ado, let me just do a breakdown on the Chainlink price predictions because lots of people have been pretty, I would say pretty reserved or just cautious in terms of the price prediction. And we all know AI and price predictions are not perfect, right? So we're definitely not trying to say this is perfect. This is in no way, shape, or form financial advice. But the idea is to really give you more research, more data points, because any platform out there, whether CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Masari, and others, they can give you data, But with Token Metrics, our edge that we're trying to build to our customers is get them actionable intelligence, right? AI, right? We want to give people not just data, but data that they can make money off of very, very quickly, giving people a very fast time to value. And for those who are curious, just go check the tape. Last week and the week prior to that, our AI models have been very, very bullish since August 1st, since the price prediction indices rebalanced. So without further ado, let me pull up the Chainlink price predictions. So as you see here, last month they were pretty accurate, about 92% accurate, and pretty much since April, the accuracy on the price prediction models for Chainlink have been in the high 90s. And really, this chart really speaks everything, right? Because let me just make my face bigger, right? So our models have been, for the most part, fairly accurate in terms of Chainlink, all the way since Chainlink was at around $4 in May. And the only time it really wasn't that accurate was slightly here in June, in mid-July. But for the most part, it's been pretty bullish. So models have Chainlink going all the way to about $18. So, I mean, the models still have lots of upside for Chainlink. So that have Chainlink going to $17, $18 or so. And for those people who've asked us questions in terms of how do the models work, just to kind of clarify, they're rolling 30-day price prediction models. What does that mean? That means they look in the future on a rolling constant 30-day basis, meaning that looking at today, it will try to predict the next 30 days. And then tomorrow, it will take today's data, add that into the price prediction models, and try to predict the next 30 days, right? So now these models are very, very risky, right? Just want to put that out there. Even though the price prediction index has the best performance, it's also the most risky in my opinion, because it does not look at fundamentals at all. It does not look at technical analysis, does not look at technology, at the code. It looks purely at just the price. So our AI models using neural networks, basically deep learning, they look just at this chart, and they take in all that data and they try to predict what the next 30 days will look like, right? So just to kind of show you, let me pull up the indices. So if you haven't joined Token Metrics yet, I highly encourage you to do so, because as mentioned, this month we plan to remove the 14-day free trial. So if you've been on the fence in terms of trying out Token Metrics, I don't know why, but I mean, now is really the time, because the free trial will be changed to a paid trial, to a paid discounted trial. Okay, so here are all the indices. So this is all for transparency. Everything is available to our customers. So as I mentioned, the best index has been the monthly price predictions. And really this month, people were asking us, why does the price prediction index have half the portfolio in stablecoins? And that is a good question, very good question. The way to really answer that is we've added extra filters to try to de-risk the index. So the price prediction index only looks at cryptocurrencies that we have reviewed that have an accuracy average of over 80% in the last 3 months. So what does that mean? So if we go back to Chainlink, so for example, Chainlink is in the index here because its accuracy in the last 3 months has been fairly accurate, because we don't want to put any cryptocurrency into the price prediction index just because it has a high predicted ROI if the accuracy is like 60% or anything below 80%, right? So we want to make sure that we're very comfortable with the prediction before we put it into the price prediction index. So that's how we try to remove the risk. And then we also take out any cryptocurrencies with a trading volume, with daily trading volume less than 500,000. So basically taking out all those low cap shitcoins, basically, right? That are very illiquid. We want to make sure that if people are trading these indices, that the coins in the index are very liquid, right? So those are the two things we have added to the index in the last few weeks. So for example, if we go down here to the Chainlink prediction. Okay, so just give me a sec. Okay, right. So this is the price prediction index So starting on July 31st, our models actually were not quite as accurate. So we predicted Chainlink would go up about 35% with an accuracy of 94%, basically being very, very bullish on Chainlink. But the Chainlink is already up 81%. Okay, so for anybody in Chainlink, you're definitely in profit. What does that look like, right? Because at the end of the day, people are trying to stack Bitcoin, right? So if you're just holding Bitcoin, Bitcoin has basically been flat. But if you're investing in the price prediction index in the last month, your ROI would have gone from about 400 now to almost 600%. Now, yes, this is not some DeFi pump and dump where it's gone up 10x, 30x. But I mean, this, in our opinion, is something that's more consistent because Chainlink is not gonna dump 90% like these DeFi pump and dumps that have $1 million market cap, right? That aren't on any liquid exchanges. So this to us has more long-term staying power. And for those who follow me for some time, you know I've been very bullish on Chainlink since the private sale, because I was a private sale investor back in 2017, back in August. And I think we were the first ones to get in. Now, I know the Link Marines and Chainlink Army has roasted me because I sold early. But hey, I mean, with the AI models, I got back in. That's all that matters. Right now, to me, this is purely a short-term trade. This is not a long-term hodl per se. Right now, I'm basically just following the price prediction index, right? But with that being said, I mean, the index has been pretty much on fire. And then let me go here to, okay, sorry, apologies. Okay, so now let's go to Band Protocol. Okay, so Band Protocol. This is basically Chainlink's biggest competitor. And Band Protocol, so this was recently added to our price prediction model. So we're still in the process of gathering data. We've only had it for about 2 months now, but the accuracy has also been fairly accurate, over 80%. So that in June, it was 93%. In July, it was 89%. And now if we go to the charts, because the charts really tell the story, right? So as we see here, I mean, this is pretty spooky, right? So the price prediction models have almost been in alignment, and they have, at this point in time, they have Band Protocol basically going sideways at around $14. So once again, this is just a price prediction. This is not financial advice, right? As mentioned before, these indices are pretty risky because this is not looking at fundamentals, at code, anything like that. This is looking purely at past price. But I mean, so far so good. Band Protocol is also up a lot. People have been making money. Now definitely tell us in the comments which coin has made you money, whether it's Band Protocol or Chainlink. With that being said, let's also have Bill chime in with his perspective and also with TA. Bill, what's your take on how things are coming along with Chainlink and Band?
All right. Well, you know, Token Metrics helps me, and I use these price prediction models to get ideas of, you know, which coins to look at, like Chainlink. And then I'll do some of my own work, right? And then if my work matches your work, then you get something powerful. So I drew these lines. These are called GAN lines. They're really good to see for instruments that might moon, right? So I looked at this and I did some writing, and I said, you know, if Chainlink breaks like 850, it could go to 16. Now, I didn't think it was going to go to 16 all in one day, but right. But this is the nature of crypto, right? I talk about bull markets. I talk about the challenge of bull markets is to be long the right thing. And not only did we like Chainlink, but the thing that I woke up this morning and learned is that, oh, Chainlink may lead the whole crypto market higher. And I was like, wow, right? In other words, Chainlink is a catalyst for the whole thing to get going. Now, if you look at Band, it's the moonshot is very similar. It's even a little bit like almost off the chart. But you can see with these sort of arcane lines that I draw, in other words, you know, Ian's work and the models are all science, and this is GAN, and it's kind of almost all art. There's some science, but it's mostly art. And when band hit this particular line and just started going through the different lines, like right here, okay, the next thing you know, there's almost no resistance. Like that's what happened in Chainlink. Like there's no resistance between 9 and 16. And when there's no resistance, it's moon and beyond. So one other thing that I would add about what's going on in the crypto world, in addition to Chainlink, like the real warning sign that, you know, Chainlink was going to go or something was going to go, is that this stock, overstock.com, securities tokens, kind of all things crypto, it went from 50 to 100 in about a week. Okay. So when you have big coins like Chainlink, I've seen guys on crypto Twitter going, I just can't buy this. This is how you know you're in a mega bull market. Like major influencers going, you know, I miss Chainlink and I'm afraid that as soon as I buy it, it'll top. And when people are afraid to buy something because it's too high, guess what? It goes a lot higher, right?
That's crypto for you.
It goes up until it's easy to buy it. And that's normally when it stops, right? There's probably people going, oh, I can't pay, you know, I missed it, right? Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe Chainlink leads and Ethereum wakes up next, right? 2 or 3 days later. So, you know, the models can be great because they can be like, okay, it's bullish Chainlink, and then Token Metrics will transfer that over to an analyst like me who, you know, I'll make suppositions as to what this means, you know, not just for Chainlink, but for the overall market. So Token Metrics' models, they can give you actionable information and they can help you build a story or a narrative, because investing, it's about the story. So not only did the models get Chainlink, but they helped us develop a narrative, which basically I'm giving you right now, that, hey, Link is a leader and the crypto bull market is for real and about to get going again.
Yeah. I mean, as we say, actually, whoops, wrong sound. But basically, Moon Lambo. Okay, all right. So let's check in here with our audience and see how we're doing. If you like that analysis, be sure to tune in, subscribe, like, smash the bell. Okay, let's see what our audience has to say here. Okay, Worldly Traveler says, I have made money with Link, Balancer, ZRX, Zcash, Synthetics. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, people are talking about the new Oracle DIA. Okay. Kevin Liu says, if you want to set up a chat with the band team for more insight, let me know. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have them email me or just email me at info@tokenmetrics.com. Okay, so that basically then my team will put me in touch. So just info@tokenmetrics.com. Okay, what do you think about Amperforth? We covered that I think last week as well. Add Polkadot. Yeah, Polkadot has been bubbling up actually. So for those who have Token Metrics, Polkadot has been highly rated, especially in the short-term trader ratings. So definitely encourage you to go check that out. And there have been lots of new Polkadot projects that are building. So the hype factor is definitely there with Polkadot. Okay, all right. So Soyfray, what's up? Mon ami, bonjour. So I think it doesn't take into account that Band is going to be listed on Coinbase and Huobi tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, so the price prediction models are only looking at the past price. And that's the only data point they have. And so far, I mean, honestly, they've been the best index we have out of all, which is pretty surprising, but not too surprising at the same time, right? So it basically just tells us that, I mean, looking just purely at the price has worked out pretty well. Okay, so that being said, let me also do a quick overview on one other price prediction that has worked out pretty well. So this is Bancor. So one of our customers, Mateo, thanks for bringing this to our attention. So he said, I believe he invested in this and he's been making money. So the accuracy for Bancor, I think Bancor has done a 10 to 12x, I think, since April, I believe. I have to double check that. But for the last 2 months, the accuracy has been 92 and 93%. Then In May, it was 79%. So let me look at the price here. Yeah, so Bancor has gone from 28 cents in May all the way to $2. No, actually, sorry, this is the actual price. To about 250. Yeah, so almost a 10x. And the price predictions have been pretty close. So Bancor has done a great job. Our team also has done a full review on Bancor. So subscribe to Token Metrics to check out the full review. And we likely might also do an in-depth investment report on Bancor as well. And Bancor is one of the premier DeFi projects. Bill, what's your take on Bancor?
Right, I've almost got it ready here.
Okay. And I was an investor in Bancor as well back in the ICO, but I sold during the 2018 bear market. But I mean, that goes to show you about value investing and hodling in a way. All right, go ahead, Bill.
Okay, so in this, what looks like it's happened is, it feels to me like the price action has like shocked people a little bit, right? It lurched higher, right? But it's sort of stalled kind of in the middle of like no man's land. So I do think that you may have some people that are ringing the register on this. I mean, obviously, if it's a 10x, people are going to take their money and go home. So in that sense, if you've made a bunch of money, take it. If you're like, oh no, I have to get in because this is going to go to $5, then I would say buy a dip to 215 right here. Okay, because every time it kind of goes to this level, it's 220 actually. Okay, so it's got a little bit of room for dip buyers, but you can definitely see people ringing the register and taking their money out. Because, you know, in altcoins, it's paid to go from, you know, DeFi plays like, you know, the lending coins like Compound, and then move into Aave, and then move into Kyber, and then get out of that and move to Chainlink. So I think that's playing out here, where people are like, okay, you know, I'll take my money, and maybe the day traders will try to buy a dip to 220.
Now, after our team has kind of done a deep dive on Bancor, this is actually one of the projects I would feel comfortable holding long term, just because if you're a value investor, I think this is a good project long term. Now, obviously, as Bill mentioned, it's up 10x. Take profits, right? Because I mean, if there's a correction, you definitely don't want to be left holding a bag. But long term, this is definitely a good project. Because here, let me just pull up DeFi pulse to see how Bancor is doing. So Bancor is launching version 2. And for those who don't know, Bancor is a liquidity protocol. So in a way, they kind of compete with Uniswap. And Uniswap has been getting all the shine, all the attention. And that's definitely warranted. However, we feel like Bancor has been overlooked. And kind of like what we mentioned about a month or two ago, when Compound launched and people kind of overlooked Maker. And then Compound ended up peaking, and it's basically been tanking since then. While Maker ended up kind of bouncing back, and now Maker has the market dominance in terms of DeFi. I'm not sure why this is slow. So just give me a minute. But in essence, though, I think Bancor is basically, if you're long and bullish on DeFi, I think Bancor is definitely a good project to have in your DeFi portfolio. Right now, obviously, sub 10x, so take profits. Always take profits. No one ever got fired for taking profits, especially if it's a 10x in this year. I mean, because 10x is a 10x. Okay, so, but if you take profits, at least in my opinion, I would not sell everything, because Bancor is a legit project in this space. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why this is not loading. Let me try this again. So Bancor is a legit project in the space, especially in the DeFi space. If you're building a diversified DeFi portfolio, I think having Bancor in your portfolio definitely does make sense. Okay, all right. Seems like there's something going on with DeFi Pulse where it's not loading. It's not showing anything at all. Okay, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But apologies for that. So definitely do go to tokenmetrics.com and check the full long-term value investor ratings on Bancor, because this is, in my opinion, a legit project. If you want exposure to DeFi, this is definitely a product worth having in your portfolio. Now that depends on how many coins you have in your portfolio, but if we assume you're building a portfolio with 10 to 30 coins, especially if you're on the latter, and if you have a portfolio with 30 coins, I think Bancor is definitely a legit coin to have in that portfolio. But that's just my opinion. That's also kind of our team's opinion. That's not financial advice. We're all big boys and girls. Let's put on our big boy girls and pants, and let's own our decisions, and let's always do our own research. But that being said, tell us what you think. Are you bullish on Bancor? Do you trust the price predictions? Here, let me pull them up again, just to kind of show people where Bancor is going. Because right now the price predictions have Bancor somewhat peaking. They had it basically around 221 and basically going sideways for a month or so. But I mean, right now things have been going up a lot. I mean, a 10x is pretty high, but will it keep on going? Who knows? But tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's go to the. Okay, it seems lots of people are pinging me. Apologies. Okay, so let's just give me a second here. I want to pull up our presentation. Because we want to get to the question of the day and basically get some audience interaction. So once again, if you have any questions you'd like to ask, go to menti.com, menti.com. Okay, is there a lag? Okay, apologies. Let me just take a look here and see what's going on. There's a lag on YouTube, but I'm not seeing any lag here. Okay, all right. If anybody's having any issues with the stream, just let me know in the comments. Okay. Hey, what's up, Bitcoin Crypto? You've not missed much. We've been talking about DeFi Oracles, Chainlink, price predictions, band protocol. Okay, so it seems stream is back. Technical issues with live streams. Okay, all right. Sorry, people. Just please bear with us here. Okay, Bitcoin Crypto says link is on fire. Yeah, I mean, link is on fire. My face is heating up here. Seems my computer is also heating up. I guess too much Chainlink. Too much Chainlink is trying to fry my computer. And I mean, okay, so please bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna skip straight to the question. Okay, DeFi is great. Okay, so tell us down in the comments what coins you want us to look at, as I'm having issues here with Menti and the browser. So just tell us down in the comments what coins you want us to look at, and we'll have Bill check that out. So Zilliqa is definitely a legit project. I think if you're looking to diversify into a blockchain protocol that could possibly compete with Ethereum, but that's a very low percentage because we're still bullish on. I mean, if we had to decide between what blockchain projects right now can actually compete with Ethereum, in my opinion, I would say Zilliqa is up there, but I don't think it's possible. But I definitely think it has some potential. Polkadot, so our team has gone through, mainly Paresh, our developer, and he's done a re-evaluation on Polkadot because now they've launched, they have all these new major updates. So there has been an updated code review, and Polkadot is a legit project. I mean, very, very legit. So definitely do check that out. Elrond. So Elrond is also a legit project. We did look into it last week. Pretty much every live stream we've looked at Elrond. Okay, man, what is going on here? Okay, apologies, everybody. Okay, here we go. Okay, so go to menti.com, menti.com. Use the code 115441. That's 115441. And it's time for Crypto Showdown. Let the audience be heard. Tell us what you think. What DeFi Oracle has more upside? What DeFi Oracle would you invest in? Which DeFi Oracle is your favorite? Is it Chainlink or is it Band Protocol? I mean, Chainlink, there's so much love from Chainlink. Chainlink is now back and this is probably the third or fourth time, probably the fourth time in the last 4 to 5 weeks it's been on Crypto Showdown. I mean, because crypto community, crypto family loves Chainlink. But let's see if Band Protocol could possibly dethrone Chainlink. Right now, Chainlink is in first place, but also tell us down in the comments below, if you had to choose between these two coins, which of these oracles are you most bullish on? Is it Chainlink? Is it Band? With that being said, Bill, what's your take? Between these two coins from a TA perspective, which one do you think makes for a better trade?
Well, it's pretty predictable, but I think you've got more upside in Chainlink, right? I'm kind of hesitant with Band, right? Because in bull markets, right? Like, why is Band up 40%? Well, because no one owned it, probably, right? A lot of people probably owned Chainlink. But the fact that
sorry, so somebody also did mention Band is getting listed on Coinbase, so I think that also was a factor.
Right. And a lot of times what happens is it goes up 40%, it gets listed on Coinbase, and you can't buy it for 3 months because it does nothing but go down, like compound. Yeah. Right. So I think the better trade, even though it's a predictable answer, is Chainlink. And the only thing that maybe I can add from my perspective is, Chainlink isn't just mooning, it's leading the market. So when you have something leading the market, don't get off that train.
Yeah.
You can take profits, but don't figure out when to get back in or figure out what the next play is.
Yeah. I mean, because I think today, if you go into Binance, Chainlink had more trading volume than Bitcoin. I mean, so when Bill says it's leading the market, I mean, it is leading the market. Right now, somebody had a comment here. This was from Raquel. So she's saying it would be great to look at coins that are not mooning right now. Those are the ones that are positioning, may be more profitable in the future. Well, I mean, yes. So we did look at Chainlink before it was mooning, right? That's kind of what we covered with the price prediction models and the price prediction index. So Chainlink was basically the major coin, that and Matic network, and the price prediction index last week. So if you go to the last video, we kind of talked about it. So now we're just kind of showing people the results. But I mean, if you go to Token Metrics, we have lots of other coins that have potential to moon, right? So I highly encourage you to go to our site. That's why we built the site, to be able to find these projects, but most important of all, to help to tell you when they'll moon, to tell you when to take profits, and to really help you manage risk. Because in crypto, lots of coins can moon, but being able to manage that risk is very, very crucial. Okay, so I also did want to briefly just kind of see these two projects' websites, just to kind of compare them hand to hand. Sorry, just give me a second here. Okay, yeah, so Chainlink's site hasn't really changed since I invested back in 2017. It's basically the same site, same graphics, same everything. For those who don't know, Chainlink is smart contracts. It's basically oracles, right? It lets you connect external APIs and let smart contracts talk to external APIs. So for example, smart contracts can now access data that normally would not be on a blockchain or smart contracts. For example, stock data, for example, with exchanges or DEXs, they can get pricing data, pricing oracles. So if you had to ask me what oracles are good, I mean, Chainlink is definitely up there, right? So just go here, check it out. Definitely a decent project. But Band, this is a project we haven't covered too much. We have a fundamental review on this, but we're in the process of doing a technology review, basically code review. But it's basically kind of doing the same thing, right? So here it says secure, scalable, blockchain agnostic, decentralized oracle, right? So And this has a lower market cap. So if we go to, do I still have it up here? I thought I had CoinGecko. Okay, I closed it. But lots of people think this is the next Chainlink. Now, this remains to be seen. This I think is still speculation. I believe their market cap is around the 50 to 60 market cap range. This was a Binance IEO. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. Right. So here they say use BAN Oracle across multiple blockchains. So this definitely is an interesting value prop. So BAN chain is designed to be compatible with most smart contract and blockchain development. Here we have Polkadot, Ethereum, and Cosmos. I mean, if they're able to achieve this, and if the technology is solid, that's definitely worth noting. I can definitely see why there's lots of hype around this. But yeah, I mean, so these two are the major DeFi oracles at the moment. So going back to the question of the day, crypto showdown, who wins? Well, I mean, without much surprise or fanfare, Chainlink once again is undefeated. The audience has spoken. Chainlink has won crypto showdown again. I mean, so, I mean, maybe we keep on adding Chainlink on this until somebody defeats Chainlink. But tell us what you think. Do you think BAN protocol has more upside than Chainlink, or do you think Chainlink all the way? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay. All right. So that's that for crypto showdown. Now let's go to the other part, to the question of the day, to DeFi oracles. So now let's open this up to all DeFi oracles, right? So this is a DeFi heavy show because I mean that's what the people want. So we give people what they want. All right. So question of the day: what is the top DeFi oracle? I mean, we think people will say Chainlink because of the prior question, but go to menti.com, MENTI.com. Use the code 115441. That's 115441, and vote. Tell us what you think. So the options are Chainlink, BAN Protocol, DOS Network. Okay, it looks like somebody just voted for DOS. Teller, DIA, Nest Protocol, and Oracle Chain. So we have 7 oracles. Which one do you think has more potential? Which one is a top DeFi oracle? Okay, so right now Teller is leading Chainlink. So let me pull up here. I think this is an article I had from Decrypt. So this was published on August 6th, so about 3 to 4 days ago. So looking at market cap, so Chainlink has about $3 billion market cap. Obviously, Chainlink has pumped in the last few days, so this has changed. But so based on market cap, is Chainlink, BAN Protocol, Nest Protocol. Honestly, I've not heard of this one. DIA, I have heard of. DOS Network, I've heard of. Zap, I've heard of Zapier and Zap for DeFi, but I'm not sure I've heard of this for oracles. Teller, I have heard of. So I mean, the oracle space on August 6th had almost $4 billion in market cap, and most of that was going towards Chainlink. And because of all the success of Chainlink, people are now trying to find the next Chainlink. So with BAN Protocol going on to Coinbase, and it being basically cross-blockchain, I can definitely see why people have lots of interest around this. But all these other ones, so let's pull up these. So this is Nest Protocol. This looks like a Chinese oracle. The entire site is in Chinese. Let me switch to English. Okay, so Nest Protocol is a distributed price oracle network that solves the problem of price on-chain through a decentralized incentive. Okay, website seems kind of outdated, honestly. Then the other one, actually, I think that was it. I think that's all we had. Bill, are you able to do TA on any of these? Maybe like, let's see, we have Teller. I'm not sure if that has.
I have Teller right here.
You have Teller? Okay, great. Let's switch over to you.
Okay, so again, these
Oh, wow.
these form of lines are really good. Again, it's kind of an art. So to give you kind of how I was just drawing this up, I just kind of find 2 inflection points where the lines seem to match up. and then I just fit them. And I noticed that, when it broke through here, okay, it just went right to the next line, which is something like 35. Okay. So when I'm looking for things that are going to moon, these type of lines show, I don't know, where the room to moon is. So obviously this move has occurred, but this type of chart gives me confidence that these type of structures are useful, right? So if you're out there and you're like, okay, well, Token Metrics has data, and if you can come up with just one or two things of your own, it becomes all the more powerful, right? So we reduce the amount of homework that you have to do by a little bit, and then you add your work and our work, and all of a sudden, you're really smart. So this, like all these other things, it's kind of approaching the next price target of 35. So I would say this can go a little higher, but that move's probably about done.
Okay. Are you able to find any TA on DOS network or DIA? Okay, so as you do that, let me just kind of answer some questions here from the audience. So right now I'm taking questions from our YouTube channel, Token Metrics YouTube channel. Rick Rose, what up, Rose? Says,
what's the official name of DIA? Is it Diamond?
Not Diamond. I have no idea, honestly. I mean, all these new coins.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a minute on that.
Okay, then we also had so we had Teller, we had Oracle Chain. That one, I don't think that's gonna be on TradingView. Let me take a look. We had Nest Protocol. Yeah, honestly, I think most of these will not have much on any of the TradingView charts because they are pretty low in market cap. Okay.
Okay, I do have Nest Protocol.
Okay. Great.
So I guess we can just try to watch me draw it live and do this like homemade gravy and have it be super lumpy. So if someone hands me a chart and says, okay, this just mooned, what do you think? This is the way I would draw it. So this doesn't give me the price scale, but whatever this is may have a lot more room.
Wow.
Right. It doesn't tell me what it is, but as you've sort of seen, and this thing has reacted to these lines twice, right? Like here, it broke the line and then smoked to the upside. And then it did the same thing right here. So every time this thing leaps through one of my little strange lines, it goes right to the next one, which, is all the way up here. So, this has got more upside, whatever it is.
All right. So I guess we just answered Raquel's question. So Raquel's asking for some new coins, right? Well, if you're looking for a trade, then possibly, right? Once again, this is short-term trade speculation. This is not long-term hodling, right? I think for anybody who wants to do long-term hodling, you definitely have to do research on the fundamentals of the technology. But if you're trading, right? I mean, and it has more upside, then maybe it makes sense, right? So there we go. All right. So, okay, time to go back now to the question of the day. The top DeFi oracles. I mean, the undisputed champion of oracles. Chainlink wins once again, followed by Band Protocol, followed by DIA, followed by DOS Network, followed by Teller, followed by Nest Protocol, then followed by Oracle Chain. So the people have spoken. I mean, Chainlink, Link Marines. And once again, disclosure, I do own Chainlink, basically as part of the monthly Token Metrics price prediction index. I'm basically following my own index because I mean, I myself also believe in it, right? And we're in a bull run. If also pumping and I myself am trying to trade, I built a platform because it's something I also want to use as well, right? So if you haven't yet joined, be sure to go to tokenmetrics.com and sign up. I mean, this month has been our best month to date, and I mean, the proof is in the pudding. That being said, tell us what you think. Do you think the audience was wrong? Do you think there's a better oracle out there? Do you think it's not Chainlink? Do you think it's Band? Do you think it's Teller or some other Oracle? Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, all right, so let's check in here with our audience real quick. Okay, we keep getting the question about stablecoins. So just go back to the beginning of the live stream. We answered that in terms of why the portfolio for the price prediction has basically put half of the portfolio in stablecoins, in cash, right? Because it has different ways it works. Okay, all right, so let me just check in here with the people. Oh man, so many comments, hard to keep up. Okay, somebody says DIA is decentralized information. Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Okay, wow. So XP. We covered that a week or so ago. Somebody says they feel like buying more Band. No, we aren't only talking about oracles, but in the beginning of the show, because I mean, there's lots of interest in the oracles. This is already one of our most watched live streams in a while. So I mean, the people love oracles and Chainlink and Band. Okay, I saw a super chat somewhere, and just want to pull it up here. Maybe I can find it here on my iPad. Okay, somebody said CA. Okay, thank you, B Sulayer. Okay, I totally butchered that. Okay, thank you for the chat. It looks like it just gave money with no question or comment. But thank you, crypto family. We appreciate the support. Okay, all right. So let's go back to the presentation here, to Mentimeter. Okay, all right. So we've covered DeFi Oracles. Let me actually go back in the presentation because we did kind of skip some stuff. Okay, so next up, I would like to go to the Token Metrics forum. So if you haven't yet joined the Token Metrics forum, we also encourage you to go and just join the Token Metrics community, because if you're crypto family, we want you to be with us crypto family when we're offline. And the areas or the places where we congregate offline there are really two places. So the first one is the Token Metrics forum. Just go to forum.tokenmetrics.com. That's forum.tokenmetrics.com. There has been a change to the layout to kind of make it easier for people to kind of navigate. So here we have categories, then here we have the most recent posts. So people are talking about the trader monthly price predictions, about APY for DeFi yielding rates, DeFi storage and liquidity, top DeFi projects to watch for 2020 and beyond. Actually, yeah, I think let's cover top DeFi projects again, because this is a question we get all the time. Okay, so this comes from Harvey. Harvey has been a long time customer. What's up, Harvey? Always great to see your post in the forum. Okay, so we have Taiga saying his favorite are Aave, UMA. Actually, this UMA is Universal Market Protocol. Uniswap has no token yet. They raised an equity round, Series A round, for 11 million. They had A16Z and some others invest. Then Synthetics, Kyber, Ren. So Kyber is definitely a decent project. Synthetics is solid. Actually, we definitely have lots of regret with Synthetic. We invested once again in their private sale back in, I think, January 2018, but they changed their hard cap from 30 million to 45 million. And because of that, I basically pulled out, and the rest is history. But I think that goes to show you that our research is still pretty good. I mean, because we invested in the private sale of Synthetics, private sale of Chainlink. So, I mean, our track record is pretty good. Obviously, we aren't perfect. But if you had to ask me, Ian, what are your top DeFi projects? Now, obviously, we have kind of the full ratings on tokenmetrics.com. But if you had to ask me which ones do I like right now that are still undervalued, one I'm still kind of doing more research on, but one that really has my attention, I mentioned this on the last show, is UMA. I mean, they basically have priceless oracles. Basically, so if we're talking about oracles and trying to find the next oracle, UMA is one to watch. It's also a project being looked at by Coinbase for potential listing. They had an initial DEX offering. they launched with a market cap of about 25 million. Then it went to like 125 million, I believe. So it's done like a 5x or more. And I've been watching their talks, and it's one that has my attention. Right, fundamentals are decent. Technology is all right. Definitely nowhere close like Ethereum per se, right? But I think actually technology is probably going to on the same level as Chainlink. So when the TA turns very, very bullish on this one is definitely one to keep an eye on. This is one that I myself have been playing around with, as I mentioned on the last show. I've been playing around with their Oracle builder. With their token builder. I think if you just search UMA token builder, you can basically create your own synthetic tokens. It's kind of a mix between Chainlink and synthetics, right? So imagine if Chainlink and synthetics had a baby, right? That would be UMA. So for those who are asking for my low cap picks, long term, that one definitely keep an eye on. I think that has lots of potential. Now it's not so low cap because market cap is over 100 million, but I think it's one that I wouldn't be too concerned about it pumping and dumping. I mean, obviously that's why Coinbase is also looking at it to list. But yeah, I think that's kind of a DeFi project that has some potential, and one our team is currently researching. We've been hearing lots of comments about this in our network. Is Polkaswap? Actually, the Polkaswap CEO Makoto is actually in our network, so we actually had a call with him. But this is definitely one to keep an eye on, right? Lots of people in my network actually plan to invest. I myself still want to kind of do more research. I have reached out to Makoto to try to get him on the show. We actually did have a call with him early in the week, but Polkaswap, for those who don't know, is basically Uniswap on Polkadot. So cross-chain DEX, worth keeping an eye on. Those are two projects I think in the DeFi space that have lots of potential. Polkaswap, I believe, will only have a market cap of about 10 million. And once again, this is pure speculation. We've not done an in-depth review. They've not even launched yet, so this is just kind of speculating. But Sora, which has the symbol XOR, has done pretty well. I think it's done like a 50x. That one, we're also in the process of doing the code review on Token Metrics. We do have the fundamental review, but right now in this market when things are just pumping, honestly, I think you can't look at fundamentals as we've talked about before. I think the only thing you can really focus on for projects that haven't launched yet, that aren't trading anywhere, is just technologies, right? So if you go to Token Metrics and just look at projects with a very good technology score, I think that will help you kind of filter out all the shitcoins and find good projects that can do well once they launch on exchanges, because fundamentals come with time. And that's something we're also kind of adapting, right? Because lots of our customers want us to find the next hidden gem, the next low cap gem, and without trying to promote or market too many bad coins or bad investments, I think the way to kind of filter that out is to find good projects with good technology, and the fundamentals will come afterwards. And then once it's trading on exchanges, then that's when TA becomes a factor. Bill, any comments on that?
Well, I'm a chart guy, and sometimes when I worked at Wall Street, sometimes when people couldn't explain moves, they would say, well, it's a technical market, or the technicals have kicked in. And I always say, well, sir, it's always a technical market for me because I'm a chart guy, right? So our systems are really good at finding those inflection points where we're going to go from consolidation to trend, right? So I know that fundamentals are important. Fundamentals matter in terms of something's ability to keep going higher after it does its initial moon. And sometimes I also think in crypto, you have to widen out your definition of the fundamentals, in that in crypto, a whole new financial world is being built, right? Now, when we talk about it, it's like, oh, wow, Chainlink. Oh, wow, Band Protocol. Oh, wow, it's Kava, right? Or, can you believe the Uniswap casino? But the big picture is we're building plumbing of a whole new world. Like, here's another example. In gold and silver, the big question is, will they or will they not hand out trillions of dollars in stimulus? Anybody talking about that in crypto? Nope. Crypto doesn't have the macro problems that other markets do because crypto is building something new. So for every 1 or 2 or 5 excessive dumb things that happen, there is one big thing like a Chainlink. Okay. Or I just pulled up this chart of UMA and it's really interesting. So we're building something new in crypto. And whether you have to navigate that with charts or fundamentals in the beginning, we can help you with both.
Yeah, well said, well said. So tell us what you think, and down in the comments below. We definitely want to hear your voices. Okay, all right. So let me go back here. So be sure to make sure you turn on the bell. If you're watching on YouTube, turn on the alerts, subscribe. We're now past over 6,000 subscribers. Our channel grew 140% in the last month. So people definitely love the price predictions. They love the TA. So thank you, Crypto family, for all the support. It's been great having you all here on the live stream every single week. Once again, that's Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time for the live show. Okay, all right. Let me just see here. Sorry, let me close all this stuff. Okay, so as I mentioned, go to forum.tokenmetrics to partake in the Tokenmetrics community that we're building. We're building crypto family, and also be sure to follow us on Telegram. We have a Telegram alerts group and a Telegram discussion group. Just go and search Tokenmetrics discussions or Tokenmetrics alerts. Okay, all right, so just bear with me for some time here as we go to the next one. Actually, I think next segment is crypto therapy. So I think we can just straight go to that, Bill, for Bitcoin and Ethereum.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so you'll be shocked to know that I'm still constructive Ethereum, and here's why. All right, so I like drawing these lines. Okay, this is the 2-day chart of Ethereum, right? These lines, this particular set of lines, they act as reference points. All right, and what we see is Ethereum is sitting on one of these important lines right at 375. Okay, now yes, I know that what's going on in Ethereum right now is not very exciting, but based on what the Chainlinks and other places are doing, other coins are doing, I think it's a question of time before Ethereum launches itself $100 higher. Okay, because every dip, when Ethereum dips, okay, it scares everybody, and then it comes right back. And that's classic bull market stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, Bitcoin, there's some good news in Bitcoin. Okay, so the good news in Bitcoin is that if you're a holder of Bitcoin and you're looking for it to go up, it's doing fine. It's not doing anything terrible. Now, since this is an altcoin show, you'll be delighted to know that, I don't really have much control over this, that, Bitcoin has sat still, right? I was a little afraid that Bitcoin was going to lurch higher and hurt alts until I was saved by the Chainlink Marines. Right? So Bitcoin looks okay. It looks like it could go up. All right. It probably will go up, but hopefully in a way that doesn't wreck alts. Because right now alts are moving like Bitcoin can't hurt it. Now that's a little bit, that's cause for a little bit of caution. Because again, Bitcoin does look decent, but a neutral, balanced approach to Bitcoin is good for alts. It's good for Ethereum, right? I'm not going to really club you over the head with too many charts, but like total alt market cap is about to break out. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. This is alt market cap from Coin Market Cap, right? This is one Ethereum rally away from Mooney. Now you're like, wow, this is really high, right? No, actually, it's not. Okay. This is how much room alts have to go up. Ethereum, Chainlink, right? Polkadot, you know, everyone thinks that something has to knock Ethereum off the block. Not necessarily. I mean, is there one Wall Street investment bank? Is there one Silicon Valley tech firm? No, there's 4 or 5. So if you look at the amount of room for market cap expansion, if you've got a diversified portfolio of the right thing, or you're a trader and you're able to take your 20x in one thing and move to the next, it's a lot of money to be made.
Yeah, I mean that's beautiful, Bill. Beautiful. I mean, if all
he's
season,
got to wipe the tears from his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, probably the most beautiful chart I've seen in a while. I mean, if alts are just getting started, incredible. I mean, that means to the moon and beyond. I mean, right now we're on the moon, and now we're probably going to the next galaxy.
I would agree. And again, the coin market cap chart, right? It's like the pressure for Ethereum is coming from underneath. So as all these other alts underneath Ethereum start expanding in market cap, Ethereum's got to go with it, right? And when that starts happening, because there will be a day where we'll come on the show and I won't have to do this song and dance about, first do DeFi, then you go to Chainlink, or forget about it. No more head bob. It's just all of it together. Okay, that day is coming.
Yeah, I mean, because Chainlink is looking like the win of the week or even the month, but I mean, right. kind of as you mentioned, other altcoins, also possible large cap coins, could end up being the next big one. And I think one that our audience should definitely keep an eye on is Polkadot. I mean, so if you go to the Token Metrics ratings, Polkadot is in the top 5 for trader, right? Meaning that short term, the next, for people who want to day trade or do a swing trade, Polkadot is on there. Actually, let me just pull that up here. I did have that ready to go, I believe. Okay, so for those, looking just purely at short-term trader ratings, so cryptocurrencies right now that have the highest grades, we have Ethereum, Bitcoin, Polkadot is number 3. So keep an eye out on Polkadot. We have Pax Gold. Gold has also been, is now over $2,000. Also a good hedge to kind of something that's not really tied to Bitcoin or crypto, and that's through Pax Gold, Pax G, or Paxos Gold. Then Cosmos is there. But let's say you want just purely a short-term speculative trade. I would just kind of go through here and just filter out to bullish and very bullish. And in terms of trades, here you go. Holochain, Synthetics, Band Protocol. This has 20x as well. Nervous. Okay, yeah, so Nervous is up 10%, but Band Protocol, once again, up 26%. So, I mean, market is good. People are making money. Everyone is happy. Definitely tell us what you think. Tell us what coin has made you the most money this week down in the comments below. Okay, all right. So that was that. Let me just briefly go to the next topic. What's up, Ben? Ben Julian says Oracles are killing it, and we get it. You like Band? Yeah, I mean, the audience has spoken. Let's see here. Sleeping Giant Siacoin. Okay. Okay, so all right, so let's look at, okay, yeah, so this is a project that has been getting some attention. Okay, can you look into Ankr? Ankr. 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 So Bill's going to be pulling that up. Let me just, I don't think we have that yet on Token Metrics in terms of the full review, but we have been hearing a lot of, actually, looks like we do have part of it here. Just bear with me as I pull it up here on my end as well. Yeah, so I know FUD TV and some other, and BitBoy Crypto have also been talking about this as well. Those guys are great. Both of them are part of the Token Metrics affiliate program. Crypto family, always great having them on board. go watch their channel. They had very nice videos on token metrics. Okay, so let me see if we have price prediction models on this. Ankr is up.
Is it Aragon? Is that the name of it?
No, Ankr, Ankr. A as in apple. Got it? Okay, all right. Then, okay, I've also pulled it up here on my end. Let me go through the price predictions and we'll see whether they match up with the TA. Okay, all right, so here I have the price predictions on Ankr, ANKR, Ankr Network. Wow, so looks like the predictions were, for the most part, in alignment. Ankr was 0.001, so a tenth of a penny. For the most part, the price predictions were accurate. Then here it kind of shot up, and then boom, here it basically it's gone to the moon now. It's now at a penny, so it looks like it's done about a 8 to 10x return. And I'm guessing what changed here, YouTubers began to pump it, and that's something our models don't factor in. So it looks like the community has kind of got an interest, right? As mentioned before, our affiliates, great content creators, and my friends, Elliot with Elliot Trades, FUD TV, BitBoy Crypto, Ben. So it looks like here the community kind of discovered the potential, right? And it's now, because this is kind of almost a black swan event. Bill, what's your take with the TA?
Okay. So ANKR. The way we're drawing this is, you may notice if you see a pattern when I draw these charts that, once it gets loose, okay, once it breaks one line, it goes right to the next one, right? It's pretty simple. So there's a break right there, and the next line is all the way up here.
What price point is that?
You know what? It doesn't. Unfortunately, this coin market cap chart doesn't give me the price points. It just gives me the chart.
Okay.
So all I know is that if this follows the same pattern as the other charts do, it can probably double whatever it's doing right now. So you can have another update like today.
Wow. Yeah, because today it was up 43%. So basically it can go up 50% or more. Yeah, I mean, incredible. So for those who don't know what Ankr does, it lets anybody launch nodes for staking or master nodes on other blockchains. That's kind of my understanding. I haven't done a deep dive on this as well, but we'll make sure to add this on the list of products to finish doing code reviews on. But for example, if you want to launch a node for REN, for Ethereum, for pretty much a bunch of different blockchains, it lets you launch those nodes pretty much with a push of a button, right? So without having to be super technical, right? So as opposed to kind of having to run your own server or VPS, you can just go through Ankr and they do all the technical stuff for you, and you basically just make money, right? So definitely very interesting concept. I know people are bullish on it because with alt season and people looking to launch their own nodes, especially as ETH 2.0 is launching, as Polkadot is launching, and all these other blockchain projects and Matic network. Right? For example, right now I'm staking Matic network through Matic, but I think Matic is going to open up to other validators, and when that happens, anybody can run their own validator nodes, and they do have a partnership with the Ankr network, I believe. So definitely very interesting to kind of keep an eye out on that. That definitely is an interesting project to watch. Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Are you bullish on Ankr network? Do you think it has lots of room to grow? Have you made money on it? Tell us what you think. Okay, all right, so let's now go to the next question. Once again, if you have questions you'd like to ask, please go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 115441. That's 115441. Okay, so next coin, SXP, is pumping. What's with this hype? So I believe that is Swipe. That's a Swipe card. We covered this 1 to 2 weeks ago with this this is a coin that was bought by Binance, or rather, the company was bought by Binance. So let's see if Bill can pull that up on his end.
Okay, coming right up here. Okay, so here's Swipe. Okay, and I've seen this before in this market where, you know, you'll take out a big point, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then people will take profits. Okay, but they're taking profits too soon, because if this level holds, which it probably will, then it can do another moonshot, right? You know, this thing started at $0, went to $2. It can probably go from 2 to 4, right? Because that's just how these things work, right? If you start here, okay, and then you make a second bottom at that level, I don't know, basically it's 0, right? Once the bulls take charge again, you can have huge moves.
All right. So
right. And I think anything that's connected to Binance, like the way Kava is moving, right? You know, the speculative, you know, Statue of Liberty, right? It's like the flame is up in the air for trading, for investing, for speculating in crypto. So all these mechanisms, frankly, are undervalued, because I think there may be a lot of people out there outside of crypto. Like, we have to tell people inside of crypto, don't get wrecked in the Uniswap casino. People outside the world of crypto may be like, oh, well, look what's going on in Uniswap. That means it's not for real. No, wrong. You know, Uniswap casino is what it is, but there's a larger point here, right? Crypto infrastructure, stuff connected to Binance, these charts, when you see this kind of stuff, you're looking at a real deal, long-term up move. So stay with us. We'll help you.
Yeah, I mean, wiser words have never been said before. Stay with us, crypto family. Token Metrics has your back. We're going to the moon and beyond. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, on the podcast, on Twitter, on Telegram, on the forum, to our website, to our email list. And when we say we're going to the moon, we are going to the moon and beyond. That's a fact. Okay, all right. Next question here. Okay, somebody's asking for a deep dive on ZPay. Okay, this, unfortunately, we can't really do a deep dive on the project right now, because it's kind of a rapid fire questions. Oh, wow. Somebody asked a question I was hoping would not get asked so quickly. Okay, so do you have any plans that retail investors can invest directly through any Token Metrics index? So, I mean, without saying too much, all I can really say is yes. I mean, we've kind of mentioned before, the plan is to launch a robo-advisor for crypto. And right now we're doing research. So initially the plan was to build something that was an SEC licensed investment advisor. That was a robo-advisor, basically building a robo-advisor, an investment advisor using software that you basically deposit your cash, kind of like with Coinbase. We'll basically trade for you with our software, manage the money. But honestly, the way things are going, we have to kind of think internally and ask ourselves this. We're bullish on crypto. We're bullish on Ethereum. We're bullish on the entire space. So if we think DeFi, the decentralized finance, is going to disrupt the world of legacy finance, why should we go to legacy finance to build the next crypto company, right? So we are looking into how we could really build a non-custodial, decentralized robo-advisor using our ratings and our indices. So stay tuned on that. That is something that we'll make available to our customers. So initially we were looking at building on Ethereum, but I mean, we've also had our development team. They're now kind of looking into to see if this is even possible to build using Polkadot or any other blockchain. We want to make sure we kind of do our due diligence on finding the right blockchain that can build what we want to do, all right? Because I know there are other platforms, they're kind of doing something similar, right? I know there's token sets and set protocol and all that, but they just kind of, that's more for traders. Ours is slightly different because we have our own kind of magic sauce with our ratings that are pretty accurate, and the price prediction models. Right now we have 14 indices, and if we can decentralize this and make this available where we don't take custody of anything, where the funds remain in your own wallet and you trade, we're basically just giving you the data, the analytics, the price predictions. Man, I mean, we think this is the future of DeFi, right? And whether we're building on Ethereum, whether we're building on Polkadot, whatever blockchain we end up going to, we think this is what the people want, because this is the most requested feature. And we think what better way to partake in this revolution, this DeFi revolution, than turning Token Metrics into a DeFi product. I mean, this could possibly become the next Uniswap. I mean, right? And whether now, in terms of keeping our audience updated, we will update our customers first, right? So definitely make sure you read our emails that we put out every single week, because as we mentioned before, I mean, I can't really comment too much, but I mean, our plan has always been to help our customers make money. That's our North Star. That's how we measure success, right? Right now, people have been making money with the indices, with Chainlink, with Bancor, with Band Protocol, right? Obviously, we're not perfect, but the next evolution of that is automating everything through a robo-advisor that's non-custodial. Imagine being able to invest in the price prediction index without having to go to Coinbase, Binance. I mean, really, Uniswap is kind of trying to kill exchanges. Basically, DEXs are trying to kill it. They're trying to kill centralized exchanges, and I mean, we're trying to tag team, basically, honestly, right? And that's also why we're also looking into other DEXs, right? Uniswap is one, right? If we can create a robo-advisor that you control, you have the private key, right? Not your keys, not your crypto. So you would have custody of everything, and it would just execute the trades through Ethereum. That would be big. I mean, through the Ethereum blockchain and DEXs, or if we go with Polkadot or any other blockchain, but let's say Polkadot, right? They're creating a DEX called Polkaswap, right? I mentioned that earlier in the show, right? And that's going to be a cross-chain DEX. So imagine if we can do cross-chain trades fully decentralized with a decentralized robo-advisor with our price predictions. That's the future and evolution of Token Metrics, and that's where we want to take it. There is no timeline on that. It might take some time. Our team is trying to really speed things up, because I mean, the market is hot right now, and we know that the best time to launch something is when the people want it, when the market is hot. Because we've been in crypto since 2016. We've seen the 2017 bull run, and trying to launch, because we launched Token Metrics in the 2019 bear market, when nobody wanted to touch altcoins at all. And guess what? Now altcoins are booming. Now, actually, an influencer I was talking to the other day, early in the year, he was kind of shocked we were doing this product, right? Because he said that this would have been a great product in 2017. But now this influencer is now working with us as an affiliate, because now it's alt season again, right? Kind of like with value investing, you want to be fearful when others are greedy, and vice versa, right? So with us, we were building in a bear market, because that's the best time to build, because when the bull run comes, you're locked and loaded, you're ready to go. So, I mean, all I can say is our team is working on building a decentralized robo-advisor. It's not confirmed yet. Right now, we are talking with our legal counsel to see how to really make sure we're doing everything by the book, that's compliant, that we aren't breaking any laws, right? And I mean, disclosure, we have raised a very small equity round, just family and friends, right? But I mean, the future is bright. As mentioned, this month has been our best month, but if we can really make this fully decentralized and give this to the people, to our community, that's what we think would be best, right? So stay tuned. we'll update our customers. Our customers will have access first. Whenever we launch, they're the ones. You basically have to be a customer to have access to the robo-advisor, right? Now, whether that's through buying everything on our platform, whether that's through creating our own governance token that gives you access or whatever, right? Because people have been asking us to be able to pay for token metrics in crypto, right? So that could be a possible solution. Tell us what you think. What do you think would be best for token metrics, right? This is, I mean, because obviously our community helps us become who we are. So definitely chime in. Tell us down in the comments below. What should token metrics do? What do you think is the best way to go? Bill, any comments to add to that?
Well, I can tell you, I'm probably one of the older guys in your crowd. So when you first explained this to me, this was my question. I'm like, let me get this straight. We're going to go to a decentralized platform. Someone's going to execute one trade or have one authorization. It'll reach out, grab all the relevant coins, okay? And then the investor can have their sort of buy and hold, whether it's a week, a month, or a quarter, done for them. And you're like, yes. I'm like, you can do that? And you're like, yes. And I got up from my desk, and I'm going to tell you right now, folks, the sun shined a little bit brighter. And I said, yes. Can you do this? He said, yes, we can do this. So, it's again back to this theme. We're making a new system, a new version of the old system. What did the old investment banking system give you? Research, okay? The ability to invest, some smarter tools, okay? Schwab, Ameritrade, E-Trade, they were all racing each other and have been to give you better tools. And then if we have a shot at giving you investor access or sort of a platform, I mean, I would hope that we've established, or we want to continue to establish, trust and credibility so that people would want to do that trading or investing through us and our mechanisms if we ever have. So it's just like legacy without the legacy.
Yeah, well said, Bill. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, so some comments here from the audience. Chain Block, I guess no relation to Chainlink, says, give us free token, long-term follower. I've been following since 2017. I mean, we can't answer that at the moment, unfortunately, but all I can honestly say is, if you are a token metrics customer, you will be taken care of. I mean, because as mentioned before, we're trying to do good by our customers. So if you are a token metrics customer, you're basically crypto family. And all I can say is, without giving away too much,
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
all right? I mean, if we can really decentralize the robo-advisor, I mean, to our customers, then I mean, because I think that's how we really take our customers to the moon and beyond, right? With that being said, stay tuned. We expect to have more updates in the next month or two, especially to our customers. But yeah, thank you so much. Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, let me check in with the other comments. Man, this is a very active live stream. Be sure to smash the like buttons. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rodrigo. I think it's a super chat, I believe. And is that CLP? Not sure what currency that is. Is that the Colombian peso? Okay, me gusta. Me gusta. Mi amigos. I'm not sure if that's correct. But yeah. I was wondering when you were going to do something like this. Well, I mean, the timing is right. Timing is right. So we're researching it. Kato says tokenized token metrics. You have a captive market. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, why does the monthly TA trend on token metrics show Bitcoin bearish and ETH very bearish? I mean, so the monthly TA goes through different indicators. So it has, I believe, about 18 to 19 different trading indicators, and they all have different weights. So right now it's basically, I mean, the price hasn't been moving too much, right? It's basically been alt season. Okay, so lots of people talking about Bluzel. Diego, what's up, Diego? Crypto Family says so bullish on Token Metrics Index. Okay, Bruzy's, not sure if I'm saying that right. He's saying how to make 1K in a month. I really need it. I also have money to invest if needed. Okay, that's kind of tough to answer. You want to make 1K in a month. Question is, how much do you have? Whether is it $100, $500? But honestly, I mean, long story short, that's why we made Token Metrics, right? So I would say if you have 1K, I mean, honestly, like, I probably should not even be telling you this, but because we're a crypto family, we love you. I would sign up for Token Metrics 14-day free trial, and do short-term trading, price predictions, TA. Find what our team basically says on the ratings. Also, our newsletter with Bill. I mean, with 2 weeks, I think you can definitely, especially in alt season, you can definitely do pretty well, right? And I think because lots of people have done that and they've ended up paying for the entire year's subscription, just based on the research we have, right? So honestly, I think that would be the easiest way, honestly. And the best case is if it doesn't work in 2 weeks, you don't lose any money. I mean, so it's literally a win-win, right? Anything else to add to that, Bill?
Sure. So particularly with this idea of the robo-advisor going from concept to, you know, the actual drawing board, like we're going to build it like the Apollo moon rocket. You want to be in a situation where you've practiced looking at our data, following our research, watching indexes rebalanced, seeing something like Chainlink follow a price prediction and human analysis, and then Moon. The more practice you get, okay, so it's a semi-shameless sales pitch. It's a lot less shameless, actually, with Chainlink, that if you practice using what we have to offer, right, which encompasses a wide range of analytical, human analysis, discussion groups with private clients, the better you get at it, when it's really time to launch, you'll make more than $1,000. So I understand it. I get it. You need to make money. And if you can put the time in and learn, then you'll get your 1,000. And then you'll put another 0 on the end, right? But all the great market people will always tell you that you got to put in the work. And the great news is, yes, there is some work with Token Metrics, but there's a lot less work than sitting around with like 700 altcoins on a dashboard trying to figure out which one to look at.
Yeah. I mean, well said. And especially with the indices. I mean, because honestly, the indices can, because going back to the indices here, let me just share my screen. Just bear with me for a second. Okay, right. So these are the. So if you're looking to be a trader, short term, right? All these indices, the best one is the price prediction, right? It's now almost up 600%. Then next one is trader monthly TA. That's up 200%, right? And if you compare that versus Bitcoin, Bitcoin has not gone anywhere, right? So I mean, right now, being a trader, active portfolio management, whatever you want to call it, and having not just Bitcoin, having a diversified basket of altcoins has panned out, right? So, and I think that's definitely, I mean, that's why we've had the 14-day free trial for a while as a promotion. But I mean, as mentioned before, this month it will be ending. So we highly encourage you to sign up for the free trial if you've not yet done so, because I mean, the free trial is really you giving everything a test drive to make sure this works for you, right? Because for example, if you got into Chainlink, that probably paid for your entire subscription, right? Or if you got into Band or into Bancor, right? So I mean, and most important of all, this helps save you money during a correction, especially I think the price prediction models, right? Because kind of as people were talking about earlier, right now it's making money on Chainlink, but it's also hedging if there's a correction, because half the portfolio is in cash, half the portfolio is in stablecoins, right? Because just think about that for a second. it's basically if the market were to dip the next 1 to 2 weeks and there was a colossal crash, this price prediction index would not be damaged too much because half the portfolio is in cash. It has dry powder waiting to buy any dips. Right? So if the market corrects 30%, guess what? It won't be too affected. It will buy the dip. But if the market keeps on going, guess what? It has Chainlink, and it has Matic and some other altcoins as well, right? So it's really a good hedge. And I know it's kind of confusing to some people, but because as we were entering August, there was lots of uncertainty in terms of whether this alt season, this DeFi bubble would keep on bubbling up or whether there'll be a huge correction. And we talked about how Bitcoin was turning bullish. Bitcoin could go to 16,000, and if that happens, there could be an alt bleed. So having the price prediction index hedge, actually to me on our team, made us even more confident because it was doing something that a professional trader would do without being trained, right? So I think that's definitely something to definitely look into. And with that being said, I mean, I think that's probably the best way to possibly make money on the 1K. Obviously not financial advice. We're all adults here, I assume, right? So do your research, but that's why we have our research as well, okay? Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, people are saying the sign up is broken. Sign up should not be broken because we've had over 200 people sign up today. So I don't see how the sign up could be broken. Maybe try a different browser, or maybe if you have some kind of extension or plugin, maybe even try, I would say try a different browser. If you can't sign up in a different browser, then maybe there is an issue. But we've had over 200 signups today, just today, so I don't think there's any issue with that. Okay, back to the AMA. Okay, so next question is, sorry, just give me Zill. Okay. Okay, what do you think about Zilliqa in the next few weeks or months? Okay, so I did kind of cover my take on this. As Bill pulls it up on the TA side, let me also see if we have any price predictions on this. So this was a project that, for the most part, has done pretty well. It's been in the top 30, top 40 market cap for a while. Okay, and in terms of projects that we think are a good addition to your portfolio, if you're looking for other blockchains, if you're already bullish on Ethereum and Bitcoin and you want some other blockchains that are smart contract blockchains, I think this is definitely one that has some potential. Okay, so here price prediction models are loading. Okay, so these have been pretty close. So we see here in May the price was under a penny. It was 0.007. Then we went all the way to 0.027. Then our models have it pretty much kind of going sideways. Okay, then the accuracy. So accuracy has been pretty good. It's been in the high 80s, 88%, 88%, 86%. I have to double check whether, I'm not sure. I guess the RMSC is very, very low. So that's why it's not really, that's why it shows 0. Bill, what's your take with the TA?
Okay, so I'm actually helping one of our customers with this.
Okay. So
I think with Zill, I actually like the way our AI is thinking, right? So it based, it went up a lot, it corrected, and now it's trying to restart the trend. Okay. So if it takes out, say, 27 cents, then it could probably go up a lot. However, I expect there to be a struggle at 27 cents. So if you're looking at something that's going to moon tomorrow, which of course everybody in crypto or alts is what they're looking for, this is probably going to have to do some work to get through 27 cents.
Actually,
okay.
Sorry, it's 0.027. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
0.027.
Yeah, 27. Right. I mean, all of us would be on the moon.
Right.
Yeah. Apologies.
Sorry, forgot a zero there.
Yeah.
But yes, it's 0.027. It's got to get above that. And if it actually did make a new high, that has off to the races potential. But I think there may be a bigger trade elsewhere. But again, you have to trade something like that. One guy I used to work with, he used to call it, you trade it level by level. In other words, I can't necessarily, use psychic powers, even though I got the great background. So you use the technical levels as places to jump in and out.
Yeah. I mean, well said, well said. So actually, we have a comment here from our audience. Great Filibuster says, first of all, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Signing up as we speak. I heard about you guys from Big Boy Crypto's YouTube. My first buy was 3 months ago. I own a ledger and now I'm ready for token metrics. That's awesome.
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it. All right, yeah, so go to tokenmetrics.com to sign up. As mentioned, I mean, this has been the craziest month for token metrics, and last month was the craziest month. We're already on pace to almost double that, right? So I mean, everything is crazy, right? So, and as mentioned, if you're just joining now, if you joined halfway in the show, go to the beginning and see the price predictions for Chainlink, for Band Protocol, for Bancor. I mean, what even boggles the mind, because I haven't really shared, I don't think I shared this, maybe I did on last call, but our price predictions have been pretty good, but we actually had an intern working with us, a person in grad school who joined us this summer, and this guy was a godsend. He has improved our price predictions even more, right? I mean, so because our price predictions for Bitcoin were about 88% accurate to 92%, and he's in testing, he's gotten them to about 96-98% accurate. So now we're in the process of taking the price prediction models he's improved upon and deploying them to token metrics. So I expect to see even more accurate machine learning models this month, right? So it's pretty crazy. I mean, we're always trying to push the envelope, trying to push the edge, but we thank you so much for all the support, crypto family, token metrics family. I mean, we're all trying to take each other to the moon, and AI is a very powerful tool for that. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Let's get back to the AMA. Okay, so what is the next 5 to 10x coin on Binance? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't even used Binance. Honestly, I've not used Binance in almost 2 years, and that kind of boggles the mind, because I mainly when I'm getting out of crypto, I use Gemini, Coinbase, those fiat gateways, but most of the projects I was investing in, I was using Qcoin and all these other small exchanges because they were like very low cap coins, and in the bear market, most projects didn't get onto Binance because Binance would have listing fees and all that. But recently, I've been using 1inch Exchange to trade. It's basically an aggregator for DEXs, Uniswap as well. So honestly, I can't really say. In terms of what I think Binance could list, Binance has really been behind the game now because Binance is watching what's happening with DeFi, and they did kind of allude to them doing something with DeFi. And I know there've been some rumors about them possibly turning themselves into a DAO. But I think centralized exchanges are shaking in their boots because they're seeing Uniswap and the growth it has. And if this keeps on going, because the business of charging for exchange listings is gone. Because when projects have to pay $500,000 to $1 million just to get listed on an exchange, that is done. Uniswap now lets any project create their own market. And as opposed to, because with IEOs on Binance, for example, or any exchange, right? I've been told that most of the funds raised on IEOs go towards market making and don't actually go to the project. But now projects, especially the best projects, the top projects, the cream of the crop, they can skip that, save those funds, and do everything on a DEX. Do everything on a DEX, or use that money towards creating a liquidity pool to reward their audience for creating a market. So because of that, I think everything began with Compound, because Compound was, when it launched, it became a top 20 market cap project just like that, without going on Binance. This happened on a DEX, to a point where all these other exchanges, they couldn't ask Compound to pay the list, because the people wanted Compound, and Compound said we don't plan to pay for anything. So they had to list it, because you can't not list a top 20 market cap project. And I think that broke the entire model to a point. I don't think you should be looking for the next 5 to 10x coin on Binance. I think you should be looking on a DEX, not Binance, because by the time it's on Binance, those games are over. Okay, whether Binance, Coinbase, I mean, for example, with Band Protocol, yes, I know Band is on Binance, but they had an IEO, right? So maybe that's kind of an exception. But now, if you're a good project, why would you pay when you could possibly get listed for free just by getting traction on a DEX? So I think that's kind of my take. And the best way for that, go to CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, see what projects are trading, right? What new projects are trading. Also leverage Token Metrics for research. I think, because kind of as mentioned, it's very tough to do in-depth research on these new coins because they're pumping very quickly. So right now, honestly, it's really just based on TA, based on technology, based on products that have really good kind of spins or angles, right? Kind of look and see what the community is saying. Bill, any comments to add?
Certainly. So it's totally understandable for somebody who is learned about what's been going on in crypto and say, hi, can you tell me what the next 5x coin is? Now, that's understandable, but I would refer you to a guy actually on Twitter. His name's Peter Brandt. He's older than me. And one of the things that he wrote recently was that he said some of his biggest winners were trades that he got in that actually like shocked him. Like he didn't think they were going to go up 5 or 10x in quotes, right? But they did. Now, that's because he did his homework. That's because he used his method and the market surprised him. So my answer to how do you make 5x is just try to do if you want that kind of return, you're going to have to go into those DEXs. You're going to have to really research the space. In other words, if we could just get on the air and find the next 10x coin with no work, then we'd be having this live stream from our yacht, right? We wouldn't be having a live stream, right? Yeah. So, homework plays a part, and maybe I got to come up with a new word because everyone hears homework and goes, ugh, right? Just learning, right? Learning to trust your data, your information, and yourself. Okay. You do enough of that, you wake up one day and you'll have a 5x.
Yeah. Well said, Bill. Well said. I mean, because if I can reflect into the 5x investments or more that I've had, it was doing the research. I mean, there isn't really a way around that. Doing the research, because when you do the research, that gives you the confidence to hodl, right? Because, for example, like I was a private sale investor in Chainlink, and Chainlink definitely, when I got in, it did more than a 5x. I mean, obviously I sold and ended up buying back in now as a trade, but when I sold, because we were entering basically a bear market, right? And when I got into Chainlink, we got into the private sale. There was no public sale. It wasn't trading anywhere. It was just a website and it just said, contact us to buy tokens. And there wasn't like anybody out there covering Chainlink at that time. So we had to do the research and say, okay, you know what? We think this is a good project to invest in. Then same thing with all these other projects that have done well, right? And right now, the project I like personally is Helium, right? Helium is still kind of under the radar still, even though Coinbase mentioned they're planning to possibly list it, even though they were on the Palm Show and the price has gone up, I think, like, because there was no ICO, it was a mined coin, right? So technically the cost basis is kind of hard to determine, right? But let's say it's down to 5x already, right? And I think that's still very undervalued. So I would say if you want to find the next coin, honestly, on Binance, that's tough because Binance they list projects that by then they're kind of already out there, right? If you want to find one that's undervalued, I would say go to Token Metrics and see what has good fundamentals, good technology, but has not taken off yet, right? And one project I have in my portfolio that I've been bullish on, that's still for the most part been very, very dormant at the moment, has been Matic Network, right? That's one I'm able to buy, even though nobody's really talking much about it and it's not moving, because I've done my research, which gives me confidence, right? Because when you do your research, you have confidence to get in and hold and wait for the market to realize how undervalued that coin is, right? You're willing to basically stand on an island and wait for everyone to realize how sexy the island is in a way, right? So you have to be willing to be the first one on the island. You have to be willing to be that first astronaut on the moon before everyone else comes. Because when everyone else is coming, then it's too late, right? You have to be that Elon Musk, that Jeff Bezos, who's willing to build rocket ships to the moon when no one else wants to do it, when everyone else thinks it's risky, right? So I think that's where research comes in handy. All right, let's check in here with our audience. Yeah, thank you for the comments. Hubert says, "Well said, Bill. Well said." I appreciate all the kind words. All right, wow, this has definitely been a very busy live stream. If you're watching on Twitter, be sure to retweet, follow us on Twitter. If you're watching this on Twitter, tag the cryptocurrency you would like us to talk about next on the next live stream, and then also, if you want us to bring on any cryptocurrency projects to do interviews, also tag them as well. It will be great to have some projects. We have been doing some outreach to some projects as well. Okay, let me just pull this up here real quick. Yeah. Okay, somebody talked about Epic Cash. So we did do fundamental review on Epic Cash. That is on our site. It wasn't too good. Great content, guys, as always. Thank you, Hubert. We appreciate it. Okay, all right. Let me go back to the AMA now. How are we on time, Bill?
We're good.
We're good? Okay. Okay, so somebody's asking how do you see the 2020 election affecting the growth of the cryptocurrency market? Honestly, I mean, I don't really know. I think it's tough to know. But I did hear, not Biden, but Bernie Sanders. I think he wants to tax Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos $30 to $40 billion, basically a billionaire tax. And I said, I mean, what the hell? I mean, 40 billion. I mean, why even work then? At that point, I mean, it's like you're trying to push away all the entrepreneurs to leave America. I mean, yes, I mean, because that's really, I mean, that's almost going towards communism. And I mean, me being a fellow entrepreneur, I think capitalism is amazing. I think the incentives work, because if we're taxing people that much, you're really removing the incentive to create. But that's kind of my take. I haven't been following politics too much. Bill, any comments in terms of how that affects crypto?
Yes, I've absolutely been prepping for this question. So Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers and author of the Declaration of Independence, the guy who came up with life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, he said that when people can vote themselves money, that will be the end of the republic. So the big issue for the 2012 election is this going to be a contest between two parties who are effectively going to offer the most stimulus or the most money to people? For example, I've heard proposals, like one proposal, you heard Bernie Sanders. I heard someone else say if the government loaned you $100,000 or less, that they're going to forgive the loan and you can just keep it. It's like you won the lottery, right? Mm-hmm. These are the type of things that are being considered. Now, when you have politicians behaving like this, so now the central banks are involved, now the politicians are involved. And as you pointed out with Bernie Sanders, you know, the Democratic Party may not run the United States for the benefit of stocks and people who hold stocks. They may not. So if that's the case, or if they just start handing out money which I think is the more likely scenario, right? I mean, this thing about people getting evicted, there's 2.3 million people waiting to get evicted, and that's just August.
Yeah.
So if they're talking about handing out money indiscriminately, they're talking about warping the legacy financial and banking systems, right? They're just broken. So you can get all down in the mouth and, you could talk about 3 million virus cases and 2.3 million evictions because that's reality. Or you can tune into our show and we can tell you about what's next. Because the more bad behavior you get from politicians with money, even though some of these politicians may be intentioned, I mean, no one wants anyone out on the street ever. It's crypto family, right? But the fact of the matter is, if you're doing this with trillions upon trillions upon trillions to save people, you may wind up hurting the people and the economy in the long term. So there's a fine line between rescue and the people's ability to vote themselves money. And I'm kind of leaning towards people voting themselves money because they're hurting. And that's got to affect the system in some way. Even if the system doesn't fall apart, it doesn't have to. I don't want it to. I want people to just get off the legacy elevator and get onto the crypto one. And who better to lead you to the elevator than Token Metrics?
Yeah, well said, Bill. Well said. So tell us what you think. I mean, do you think the presidential election will affect crypto? I mean, my concern is because all of us are here to make money as investors, traders, and if crypto goes where we think it's going, if Bitcoin, altcoins, Ethereum, they all moon, they'll go to the moon and beyond. The last thing we want is them to deflect and then look to tax crypto even more, right? Because that would not really help with taking crypto mainstream. Because if they say that we'll tax anybody who has crypto 50%, I mean, I think all of crypto, every American in crypto will move to Canada, to somewhere else. But with that being said, tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay. Somebody says, I signed up to your Twitter. Thank you for the professionalism. Thank you, great filibuster. We appreciate it. Yeah, so follow us, Token Metrics Inc. on Twitter. Follow Bill Noble, crypto_Noble on Twitter. My personal Twitter is Diary of a Made Man. And yeah, okay, all right. Next question. Okay, so are you planning to show your portfolio like you did back in the day? You inspired me to get into crypto and made good money as a result. Yes and no, right? So, I mean, I do have my portfolio. If you just go to tokenmetrics.com/disclosures, that has my portfolio. But we have something even better, the indices. Now, the indices basically are us taking our readings and turning them into something that people can actually invest in that fits different investment and trading styles and time horizons, right? So I highly encourage you go to tokenmetrics.com. Let me see if I can pull up the indices here. Right, so as you see here, you come here, you pick what kind of investor you are. If you're a trader, you're a value investor, the time horizon. So for example, if you're a long-term investor, you can pick value investor. How often do you want to rebalance your portfolio? Is it quarterly, annually? What do you want to invest by? Do you want to invest based on technology, based on fundamentals, based on a balanced approach? So highly encourage you use the indices, right? Because this, I think, is better because this takes the ratings and makes them actionable and makes it easier and almost automated, right? We mentioned earlier we want to kind of create a robo-advisor, right? That would be the next element where then it's fully automated, right? For example, I got into Chainlink based on the price prediction models because the index had that as the largest holding, and Chainlink has had a great week, right? So I highly encourage, because this, you can use this even when I'm not around. All right, this kind of gives you the tools to really help and maximize your investing. Okay, all right. Thank you for that. Let's go to the next question. Okay, DIA is the next one. I think this wasn't on CoinTrader, was it, Bill? DIA?
Yeah, I couldn't find this no matter where I went.
Yeah. So unfortunately, this week we can't really comment much on it. It's very new, but I would say stay tuned. Okay, all right. Let me go to the next one. I like Link, Matt, and Dia. Okay. Okay, somebody says price prediction on Neo. Just give me a second here. Let me just double check. Because we've done a Neo price prediction before, I think last month. Because we can't be giving away everything. I mean, otherwise our customers won't be too. Okay, let me just take a quick look. Give me a second. Then we also have Bill also pull up the TA as well. Okay, so just bear with me. It's taking some time. As it loads, let me answer some questions. Dow Jones Industrial Average. No, Dia, I think they're talking about some Oracle project. Okay, so
DIA is the ETF that follows the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I think that's what that person was asking about. It's actually an equity market product. Okay, so this is a Neo, and this is more interesting than you might think. Okay, so in Neo, on its 2-day chart, I'm seeing a diamond formation. Now, folks, diamond formations can be nothing short of wild, okay? One of two things happens, okay? Once it breaks out of the diamond, okay, it travels like the width of the diamond. So this could put Neo at 24.
Wow.
Okay, the other thing that can happen is if this does not play out, like say Neo fails and goes down, okay, you can have just the opposite effect. You can have like a cataclysmic decline. So looking at this, I would say there's a greater chance that Neo tries to take off and go back to its highs from last summer. Right now, Is it fundamentally sound? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I know people have strong opinions on this, but it does have the potential to move.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, so I mean, if we pull up the price predictions, the models for this are kind of all over the place. Now, I mean, it has been pretty consistent, but if we go down here, so basically basically in May, the predictions were slightly higher. Then Neo kind of shot up here. Then the predictions adjusted. Then Neo kind of declined. The predictions declined as well. Then here was kind of slightly more in alignment. And then Neo has actually been trading higher than the actual prediction. Then it's been going sideways, and the prediction kind of has it going down slightly. But yeah, I mean, I think this one is kind of tougher to predict based on the AI. So I'd also factor in what Bill says, right? So I mean, because right now we are definitely in an alt season, and large alts have been doing pretty well. Kind of as Bill mentioned, I think the diamond formation has been tricky to predict, basically. Okay, all right. So tell us what you think about Neo down in the comments below. Okay, so some comments. Yeah, so Dia is also an Oracle as well. I'm not sure what exchange it is, but it's a very low cap Oracle as well. So Mott Media says, how do you make use of Tokenmetrics for day trading? I would say just go to sign up on Tokenmetrics, and when you sign up, we'll send you an email tutorial. So everything is kind of automated. So then also down here, if you see my screen, we have a chat. So every page you go to, there's basically a chat that pops up and gives you tutorials on how to use everything, right? So then also go to help.tokenmetrics.com. we have lots of tutorials there, or just go to on YouTube, type in token metrics trading, and we have lots of videos showing you how to trade with token metrics. All right. People are asking to look into Orion, Orion. I'm not sure if that's going to be on CoinTrader. Let's give Bill a minute as he pulls that up.
Orion.
Orion, Orion. Either Orion or Orion. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Okay. Okay, coming right up here. Just got to draw something.
All right. Let me.
Okay. Pulling it up now. Okay. So this is a 4-hour chart. All right. Now, what you might expect with this is, you know, a dip back to this zone. So we did kind of a moonshot, a mini moonshot just now, and they may unwind that, come back down. But there's a lot of potential. So if this is trading at roughly $5 a unit, if you can buy the next dip and make money, you have a shot at 7 or 8.
Okay.
That's how I would say that, right? Once this becomes an object in motion, just based on how this sort of goes from, say, over here, see how it goes up, and then it'll sit, and then it goes up, and it'll sit, and then go up again. And if it kind of goes up and you have like a little mini 2 or 3 day or 1 or 2 day correction, it could go again, right? In other words, when I'm looking at alts, in other words, that I know everyone wants to buy the alt, have it go up 10x and get out. But a lot of times when you're going to make money, you want the alt to sit for a while or consolidate, build up steam, because this is what Chainlink did, right? When DeFi fell out of bed, one of the first things we said was that Chainlink didn't go down that much, even though there was kind of a FUD report out about it, right? Yeah. So if things dip but don't fall apart, that can be a sign that, you know, there could be a next wave up.
Yeah, because I was told that rumors are that Zeus Capital, the person who, or the firm that put out that Chainlink FUD report, that their short got liquidated because somebody did get liquidated for a large amount of money, causing that Chainlink pump. So, all right, thank you, Bill. Excuse me. Okay, all right. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, so people are asking for icon. Hi, would like to see what Bill. Okay, basically chart icon. It was kind of hard to read the writing. Okay, so icon, yeah, icon has kind of not been so much in the spotlight now because the last month or so, Polkadot has just taken the entire crypto world by storm with their interoperability and parachains and all the different people building on top of it. That icon is really, it's really becoming an afterthought. So also curious to see the perspective on icon.
Okay, coming up. Okay, so icon. This reminds me of what went on in DeFi and then with the oracles, right? Icon right now has got a pretty decent bid, and it's at the top of a range it's been in for basically a year and a half, right? And I see this, it's a different form of it on the Polkadot chart, but basically Icon is Not very exciting, okay, but it is making a green candle and it's kind of pushing against resistance. And we saw this with a couple other alts. Like it paid, like somebody actually asked this, it paid to buy certain alts when they were just below resistance, because when they broke out, they mooned. Now, is Icon gonna moon? I don't know. Is Polkadot gonna moon? I have a pretty decent chart and it might. So if Polkadot moons, it could possibly take Icon with it. And we talked earlier about this whole idea that, nothing's going to topple Ethereum, but you could have multiple platforms running, similar types of technology. So is Icon great? Is it the best one? Probably not. But can it go up if the whole space goes up? Yes.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So that's the take on Icon. Actually, let me see if we can get some price predictions on Icon. Okay, just give me a second here. I'm pulling it up. And as we like to say, if you haven't yet joined Token Metrics, be sure to join so. Because we have price predictions that are getting better and better. And this month, probably by the end of the month, even next month, we'll have even more accurate price predictions. Now, obviously, not every coin has perfect predictions, but if there's a coin where we can find patterns in the data, then you're pretty sure that our AI will glean and find those patterns, right? Because that's kind of the entire premise. There's finding patterns in big data. And in this case, the price prediction, we use neural networks to go through just purely the pricing data, right? So, okay, so I've pulled this up here. Just give me a second. All right, so yeah, this model has been getting more and more accurate. So we see here, beginning in May, our models had Icon at about 30 cents. It was actually at 25 cents. And then Icon kind of corrected, and now basically for the most part, it's kind of been going in the same trend. And now it's actually broken away and it's now trading higher than our price predictions. So we had it at 36 cents. It's actually at 42 cents. And we have it slowly going higher. But yeah, all in all, it's definitely saying it's trending upwards gradually. So I think definitely kind of also take that into thought as you kind of look into possibly trading this. But I would definitely recommend going to Token Metrics and just kind of subscribing, because as mentioned before, these ratings or these models, they're rolling 30-day price predictions, meaning that 1 week later, we'll have 1 week worth of new pricing data, which will then factor into the model to then predict the next 30 days, right? So it's constantly updating with every single day of new data. But tell us what you think. Are you bullish on Icon? Do you think Icon is going to bounce back? Do you think Icon can compete with Polkadot, with Cosmos? Tell us what you think down below. Yeah, smash those like buttons, everybody. Thank you, Paul and Ben. Smash the like buttons, whether you're on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on the podcast. Hey, if you're on the podcast, please do us a big, big favor. Go to iTunes, go to Google Play, Stitcher, wherever you listen to the Token Metrics podcast, and leave us a great review. The more reviews we have, the better our podcast does with the algorithms. So definitely be sure to go out there and post a review. I do read all the reviews, so definitely please be sure to post. We appreciate it. Thank you, crypto family. Just go to tokenmetrics.com/podcast to actually here. Let me pull it up, because we're now posting almost a podcast a day. So actually, I'm sorry, even more. I think we're posting about 3 to 4 podcasts a day. So it's pretty crazy. So if you haven't yet joined the podcast, tokenmetrics.com/podcast. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. So basically all the same videos we have on our YouTube channel, we take the audio and put it on the podcast. So lots of people have been messaging me, telling me, hey, Ian, I binge watched like 8 podcasts as I'm working out, as I'm taking a walk, as I'm doing whatever, playing video games, I don't know, running, taking a jog, taking a walk. right? But the podcast is really a great way to get Bill and I in nice bite size. We also do have the live streams on there as well. So if you do want to kind of just indulge in token metrics, whether you want to indulge in token metrics or just take the bite size, it is available on the podcast. And as mentioned, last month we had over 25,000 downloads, and this month we expect to have even more. So we're definitely putting in more effort with a podcast. So definitely be sure to subscribe, because as mentioned, we're putting out 3 to 4 podcasts on average a day. So highly encourage you to go there, and also be sure to leave us a review. All right, thank you for that. Now back to the AMA. Okay, this is actually a good question. Why do you think why do you think Matic is not moving even with all the partnerships and dApps being mounted? Good question. I mean, disclosure, I am an investor in Matic and I am currently staking. Matic is an interesting coin. I know there was some FUD about them possibly laying off a big portion of their team. But when I spoke with Sandeep, so I'm friends with Sandeep. For those who don't know, he's the co-founder and COO of Matic Network. I did speak with him, and actually he's also in our Token Metrics private network. So that's kind of one of the value adds of having the Token Metrics professional plan. We have some people in there from not just traders or investors, but also some entrepreneurs in there as well. So he was in there. He was able to kind of answer some questions our customers had about Matic Network in there. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know why it's not moving, but I mean, I still believe in the project, so I'm still hodling, I'm staking, and I might even run a validator node. Bill, how about you? What does the TA say for Matic?
Okay, so let's talk Matic. Okay, so the reason Matic may not be moving is because so many people got trapped by this. Okay, so we were watching Matic, we liked it, everyone liked it. We actually got very fortunate. We posted it may be time to get out of this. Then it really fell out of bed, right? So everybody who was in alts was chasing this and they got trapped. And what we've seen in alts over and over again, okay, and again, if you can tolerate me drawing this, it's the diamond formation again, okay? And when people get trapped, all the sellers have to stop selling. Chainlink's a good example. All the shorts, all the sellers, they all had to go do their thing. And then when they get forced out, what happens? This is what happens. Okay, so if Matic breaks out of this diamond formation on the upside, you know, takes out like 0.02, say 7, right? There's enormous upside. Like fundamentally, all you know, some of our portfolios, you know, Ian's got his own trade on with this. I just think in bull markets, right, you rotate from one thing to another. In other words, the best reason to have token metrics, I think, is to catch the rotation from one style of coin to another.
Actually,
right? Something goes up. And
apologies, Bill. People are saying they can't view the chart. My bad. So could you pull that up again? Thank you for the comments, Ben.
Okay. Do you have me on audio?
Yes. Yeah, I do. It was. So the issue was on my end. I didn't change the screen to you. All right, go ahead. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so in Matic, so now the good news is you can hear the audio without having to wait for me to draw everything. So again, Matic went down a lot after a group of people chased it. And now it's formed like a base, right? But it's a diamond. And diamond formations can be really bullish if it breaks out on the upside. So Matic still's got some work to do, okay? And the reason hasn't gone up yet is because people haven't discovered it yet, or it hasn't become the hot trade, right? So, you know, first it was DeFi, then it was Chainlink, you know, Matic could be next, right?
Yeah.
So somebody, people call up and say, hey, what's the next big move? What's the next 5X? Well, how about the next 1X? Start with that.
Yeah.
So Matic could be one of those coins, right? The best
Yeah.
way to eventually find a 5X or a 10X is to start with finding something that goes up 25%, 50%, or 1X, right? Hit the singles and the doubles before you hit the home runs.
Yeah. And I mean, so basically, to put it a different way, first get the drips, then the splashes, then the flood. And then going back to what somebody asked earlier, somebody asked about what projects could do well on Binance. I mean, Matic is on Binance, but I think what could really be a big catalyst is a Coinbase listing for Matic Network, because Coinbase Ventures did invest in Matic, and the community has been speculating about a Coinbase listing forever. And if that happens during alt season, I think that would definitely, kind of like what happened with Band Protocol, it would really kind of maybe be the catalyst to kind of cause it to break out. But it's just kind of us speculating. I mean, as mentioned, I am an investor in Matic, and I am staking, and I might possibly launch my own validator. I'll have to kind of see how that works. But I mean, this is a project I'm kind of holding long term because it's still very undervalued, and I think there's lots of upside. Okay, all right. So everyone says undiscovered gem. Thank you. We appreciate it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, so we had Matic twice. Okay, more questions about DIA. We covered NEO already. Okay. So next question, what threshold of market cap would you consider small cap versus medium cap? At least to me, I would consider small cap to be anything outside the top 100 market cap. Then for me, medium cap, I would say maybe between top 20 and top 50 to 100. I mean, obviously it kind of varies, but I would say kind of that range. So to me, large cap is top 20. Medium cap is basically everything after that. Maybe from top 20 to top 100. Then low cap is anything outside the top 100. I believe Bill kind of has a different way of doing it. Bill?
Well, I would call large cap, large cap is pretty much Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? That's like, it's like a two-man S&P for equities, right? It's just, that's the big stuff, right? Then, I think mid cap is anywhere from, that's like your Zcash, your Dash, your Cardanos, your Stellars, your Litecoin, right? And then, small cap is anything below, say, top 25, top 30. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'd call, Uniswap, DeFi, I'd actually call that stuff micro cap. That's like an equities term.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the stuff that's, it's small, it's up and coming. It's probably what the cannabis stocks were.
Penny stocks.
Yeah. Penny stocks were, the cannabis stocks were 10 years ago.
Yeah. Penny stocks.
Right.
Shitcoins, also called.
Right. Micro cap is is the cocktail party word for shitcoins.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that question. Okay. All right. So we're about to wrap up soon. So let's take a few more questions and we'll call it a night. Okay. More Matic questions. Let me see here. Okay, we've already answered questions in terms of how to cash out and when to cash out. Okay, so here's a coin Bill likes. What about Kava? And we can't cover DIA because, as mentioned, it's not really chartable. Both great coins that will be mooning already up nicely. Yeah, so let's have Bill pull up Kava. As he does that, let me also check the price predictions for that. So this will be the last coin, then we'll call this a wrap.
Okay, Kava. So interesting that, Kava, corrected during the DeFi kind of flash crash. And then this was something I liked. It took out 3.5, and it looks like it's headed to 5.5 or 6. Now, the reason I like this is because these guys do lending for speculation, right? And I think we could all agree that this is the type of environment where, if you have a winning trade and it dips, that's when people start adding to their position and they use leverage. That's a nice way of saying they either use borrowed money to buy more of the coin or stock. I know crypto exchanges have special leverage buttons where it sort of all happens almost magically, but Kava is actually lending for speculators. So, as long as people are speculating, as long as Ether holds 375, as long as you get this pump of the month where first it's DeFi and then it's the Link Marines, Kava's going to do okay, right? I mean, it's going to run into resistance. It kind of had a huge move, but I think Kava is also a good indicator as to the health of the rally and the system. I mean, you would run for the hills if Kava ever fell out of bed, honestly, unless there was something wrong with Kava itself. So, in equities, we like to follow things like margin and lending and how speculators are, how much they're getting involved. I like Kava for that reason. It's a good, way to follow it. And, it's obviously rallied and made people money.
Yeah, so Kava here shows it's up 19%, and the price prediction models, they like Kava a lot. So it's been fairly accurate in the last few months. So yeah, I mean, this is insane. So we had the models, back in May, we had it at 46 cents. It was 47 cents. And they've pretty much just been airtight, pretty much for the most part, until maybe around July for a week or so, where the actual price was slightly below the prediction. And then now we've pretty much been in lockstep again. And this has Kava going as high as 560, 570, and then basically going sideways. But right now, Kava is at 528, so there's still some more upside on Kava, and there isn't really a prediction for a dip at this point in time, just kind of going sideways and then maybe possibly taking off again. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty interesting. So if you like that price prediction, be sure to join tokenmetrics.com for more price predictions like that, because imagine if you were in Kava since here, right? Based on the price predictions. Obviously, yeah, beginning of the year, I would say when we launched, so when we launched, the models weren't so good for Kava, but over time, the models have gotten better like fine wine on Kava. All right, so tell us what you think. Are you bullish on Kava? Are you holding Kava? Are you trading it? Do you plan to get out? What are you doing with Kava? Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, all right, so let's do one more coin. Somebody in the comments, what's up, Naveed? Naveed has been asking for MFT, so let's pull that up. That's Mainframe. Their symbol is MFT, so Bill's going to be pulling that up. Let's see if that's available. And with that being said, thank you all crypto family for everything, for watching the show. Be sure to smash those like buttons, turn on the bell so you get notified when we have the next live stream, because I mean, right now we're in bull season, it's alt season. You want to make sure you get this information live as it happens. We know lots of people have been telling us that when we post the clips, sometimes there's been lots of movements and just a few days to a week after we post them. So definitely, if you want to capture everything live, you have to watch the live stream. So make sure you have the bell turned on. Okay, so wow,
here comes the chart. Okay, so here's something really interesting. Because crypto is a 24-hour market, you don't often see price gaps between the closing of one day and the opening of the next. But in this thing, you do. Okay. And
wow. Yeah, what happened there?
okay. Right. So this is very interesting. And we've seen this throughout alt season, right? Something will go up. It'll make like a triangle or a box or some sort of consolidation, and then it'll go, right? And if you look at this chart, this coin has a lot of room to go back up. So if there's some kind of catalyst here, and there obviously is because there's a gap, okay, that little triangle, I made it look really huge and then I made it look really small because this entire setup down here looks like, you know, the bulls gave up, right? I mean, if I had to write a book about this year's alt season, I think I would call it The Bulls Gave Up. And then the little print would be, and then it mooned, right? Just fill in any alt. So, I mean, in alts, you want to be looking for those type of breakouts, right? You know, bulls give up, right? Bulls give up, bears take control. Then all of a sudden, when bulls shift, there's that initial rally, right? The consolidation. And then when people are like, oh man, I got to get in, that's the moon point.
Yeah, I mean, because I did invest in their private sale back in 2018, and it did a 10x. They launched on Binance, and yeah, that was 2018. And I hodled part of it basically through 2019. I think I might still have a few MFT coins left, but I think for the most part, I basically was part of that. I was part of that bull crowd that gave up. But with that being said, tell us what you think about Mainframe down in the comments below. All right, well, it's been real. Bill, any last words to our crypto family?
Folks, every 2 to 3 days, the nature of the crypto market changes, right? I have to shift. I have to use our tools, and there's no way to make money in crypto without the ability to be nimble and move back and forth quickly. So there are lots of tools out there, but I think what we're offering is so helpful to me that I'm almost giving us a thumbs up, because I couldn't be the analyst that I am and help people when this thing shifts so quickly without the data. So if you come on board with us, we can give you the AI, the information, and the human analytics. So you can say 5 years from now, it's like, yeah, I was there when it all started.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Great words. Great words. It was great talking.
Ian, thanks for having me on the show.
All right, take care. Wow. All right. So so thank you, crypto family. It's been real. Great show. As mentioned, be sure to smash those like buttons. I mean, for everyone who made money on Chainlink, on Band, whatever coin you made money on, I want you to smash the like button and comment down below what coin made you money, because we want to know, right? Is there any coin we have missed? Put it on our radar. For example, today lots of people are talking about DIA, so we'll have our team look into that. Let me just see if there's any. Let me just check the comments and see if I didn't miss anything. Navid says, "Long live Tokemetrics." Appreciate you, Navid. Thank you. What's the word for thank you in Arabic? I should know this. Is it a chukrum? Chukrum. Chukrum. All right. Okay, so let me see. There's other questions here. Just give me a second. All energy comes in cycles. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Desant. Thank you. Great interaction. I need help signing up to Tokemetrics. Better days. So to sign up, okay, let me just do a quick overview. So for those who want to sign up, if you want to make these gains, let me show you how. Obviously not financial advice, but yeah, just go to tokemetrics.com and click sign up here in the top right corner. or just click here to start your trial, right? But either one should work. And honestly, it's that simple, right? Then you can just create an account. It will send you an email verification. Just go to the email, click that, and then you log in. Bada bing, bada boom. And next thing you know, to the moon we go. Okay, all right. Let me just check. I think I took care of all the super chats. I know in the past I did skip some. Yeah, I think I took care of all the super chats. So thank you for everyone. We appreciate that. So if there was a coin we didn't cover that you wanted us to cover, please go to our Telegram group. Just go to, if you just go on Telegram, just search Tokenmetrics discussion or Tokenmetrics alerts. We have both an alerts channel and also a discussion channel. So definitely make sure you go in there. I do try every now and then, probably every day, every 1 to 2 days, go through and answer questions when people tag me. So let's definitely get that up. We also have the forum, as we mentioned. Just go to forum.tokenmetrics.com. That's getting very, very vibrant, right? So here's a forum.tokenmetrics.com. Any questions you have on investing, TA, code reviews, even some live streams, or just any question you have in general for crypto, come here. The community can help answer. And we're building a true Tokenmetrics community, right? And then, as mentioned, the podcast, tokenmetrics.com/podcast. Subscribe, get us on the go as you work out, as you run, as you walk, as you wash the dishes, as you play video games, as you take the bus, as you drive, anywhere on the go. Tokenmetrics, Bill and I in your pocket. You can binge watch it, binge listen to us, right? You can indulge in Tokenmetrics, or you can get us in bite size, whichever option you prefer. And be sure to leave us a nice review, because that helps the algorithm, both on the podcast, on the YouTube channel as well. Be sure to subscribe. And with that being said, we have a very special video we're going to go out with, right? But before we do,
we just landed on the moon in a Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle.
All right, thank you, crypto family. As mentioned, this week we'll be emailing out to our customers a newsletter that basically kind of has low cap gems and also DeFi coins to watch out for, because people have been asking us for DeFi picks. So we'll be putting that in the newsletter. Somebody also asked earlier what kind of content we have in the newsletter. We have TA from Bill, basically kind of like, Bill does TA twice a week, usually on Wednesdays and Fridays. Right, he does TA on Bitcoin and Ethereum and a handful of altcoins. Then we also have, typically we have investment reports every 1 or 2 weeks or so. We plan to put out an investment report on Polkadot if we get enough information. Then we have some other investment reports in queue. We have one for UMA. We have one for Ren Protocol, for Curve. Curve is going to launch soon. That's a project to keep an eye on. We might even do one on Polkadot as well. Those are kind of more in-depth investment reports. Then we also have just general updates. We have the Tokenmetrics Professional. First of all, thank you, crypto family, for everyone who's joined the professional group. We've been averaging 1 to 2 people join the professional network a day. We had 2 people join today, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot more after this live stream. And we'll have our next professional network investor call on this Wednesday, I believe, right? So that's a 1 hour call with Bill and I. It's kind of like a live stream, but it's more intimate, it's private. We go through projects on a radar that we like. Bill does TA. There's basically an AMA as well, but it's the only, right now, last private call, we had about 15 people on the call, I believe, right? So it's kind of smaller crowd. You can see the faces of people, we can talk, right? We can network, we can collab. All right. As mentioned, we have traders, investors in the private group. We also have some entrepreneurs. Kind of like I mentioned, we have the co-founder of Matic Network in there, and we're trying to add some more people in the network. But I mean, it's been real, and I think that's it, right? So I'll see you on Tokenmetrics.
We just landed on the moon in a Lambo.
Thank you, crypto family. To the moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Life-changing money to a point where you can buy your mom and dad a brand new house, right? You can pay for college loans, you can invest in your future, not have to work again, pursue your dreams, your passion, not have to have a job, work that 9-to-5 grind, right? Break the system, hack the system. This is what this show is all about.
They said relax but never retire. Feeling detached, never inspired. They told me relax but I can't retire. I'm feeling detached, never inspired. Like I would live on but never alive. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. You would die. The corporate life is so redundant when your freedom isn't free. It comes to being someone, just believe that you can be. And now how can I have hunger when they tell me when to eat? How can I lead others when they tell me who to meet? Then they tell me when to come and then they tell me when to leave. They say how much to give and then forget how much I need. It's the precious to succeed with the lessons of the greed. I question who to be and saw this message is in me. I gotta know.
Life-changing money.
I wanna work for myself, I gotta work for myself, I gotta go.
You can invest in your future, not
Raise
have to work
spirits to the
again.
moon, put nerves on the shelf, I gotta know.
Pursue your dreams, your passion.
I wanna stay free or want the safety, I gotta go.
Break the system, hack the system.
Although they paid me,
this is what the
they
show's
never
all
made
about.
me. I wanna relax, forever retire. I wanna detach, I'm feeling inspired. They told me relax, but I can't retire. I gotta detach, gotta decide. They got me thinking I would live on, but never alive. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. You or die now. Hey, I will never be a wage slave. I gotta stay made. Hey, I used to see this in the 8th grade. Wasn't a day late. Hey, I found the love that I was seeking, life that I'm leading. Hey, now I can do this every weekend, cause I'm a free man. I was in Tokyo, riding the job wheel, the rodeo, dancing with the devil for payment. I couldn't do-si-do, but I was driven. The mission gave me an open road. Made a decision to whip him like it's a motor show. 6-figure slave, I was paid, wasn't well though. Heard of crypto underground, it became my railroad. Started making earnest money, it's for whom the bell tolls. Went from wishing for sales clothes to sales. Now I can relax, forever retire. Now I'm detached, forever inspired. Now I can relax, forever retire. I had to detach, had to decide. And now I'm thinking I can live on and not just survive. You know this system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. I made a mission, die or decide. Do or die now. Crypto retirement, yeah, that's where my mind went. Started thinking higher, now they can't hire my time spent. No, not retire like 65 when your job ends. More like an island, and if I'm by it, I buy it. Free travel, dealership, sweet dabble. I reign like Leeds Castle, you reign like Seattle. We went from sheep cattle to eating beef and mackerel at feast. No lassos, just beliefs me in a saddle. You gotta know.
Like life-changing, like
you wanna work for yourself, you gotta work for yourself, you gotta go.
not have to work again.
Raise spirits to the moon, put nerves on the shelf, you gotta know.
Pursue your dreams, your passion.
You wanna stay free or want the safety, you gotta go.
This is what the show is all about.
Although they paid you, they never made you. Now we can relax, forever retire. Now we detach, forever inspired. Now we can relax, forever retire. We had to detach, had to decide. And now we know that we can live on and not just survive. We left the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They live in a lie. We made a mission, die or decide. Do or die now.
I'm here to put you guys on and share all the different resources and tips I come across in my journey to making $1 million and making $1 billion, right? I'm trying to share this with the world for free. I'm not here to sell you some $2,000 course, ebook, webinar, whatever, right? I'm here to put you guys on the game for free, open source, right? The same model as blockchain, Bitcoin, or these cryptocurrencies. I'm here to share everything with you guys.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com. Disclaimer: Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com.